Just how great was Aaron Rodgers in his prime?
He was going to know exactly what we were doing every single play. He was tough. His record versus us was pretty damn good. It was annoyingly really good. And they beat us in the 2010 NFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl. They ended up beating Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. But he is my number. Like, if I had to pick a guy for my quarterback, it'd be him.
Ready to flex, we on his at, you see where it's at. Come tune in, we on stream with a check. You can Michael Parson and get you a sack. Some of my coverage, Deion Sanders, bet like a Ricky, he a beginner. Cook you a lockup, eat it for dinner. We double coverage, and this is the anthem.
What's up, guys? Mystic Zach here. Welcome back to episode 13 of Double Coverage. Today, I'm honored and privileged to be joined by 8-time Pro Bowler, former NFL Defensive Player of the Year, NFL Hall of Famer, and College Football Hall of Famer, Mr. Brian Urlacher. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. I'm already liking the convos. You're telling me about your picks, you know, what you had before the season. This is my type of guy.
Yeah, most of them are wrong. It's hard to pick. Betting-wise, the NFL is impossible.
It's impossible.
I don't know how they get those lines so damn close. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
the over-unders are like half a point off. I don't get it.
Right now, they've been moving the lines without the public even doing it. I'm like, what's going on here?
I don't understand how the public moves the lines, this and that. I just know when I see a line I like.
They're picking the games right now a little bit. So the public went undefeated last week, too, which was shocking.
That never
6-0.
Well, they can't mess with the games as much in the playoffs, I guess, with those lines when they're as tight as they are.
Yeah, it's a little different.
They can't sway them like they do sometimes. You feel like they do, at least.
How happy are you as a Bears guy?
Unbelievable. Man, I'm happy that. So I went back to Soldier Field for the first time in 8 years last weekend to the Packers game. I don't think I've ever seen a stadium like that before. Even I don't remember a lot when I played like being like that, but being on the field in that atmosphere was unbelievable. And they're playing great. Ben Johnson's done a great job. Caleb's doing a great job, and their defense is playing well enough to win.
Talk to me about bringing Ben Johnson and just the invigoration that he's brought to this franchise.
It was huge. I think they've been through 4 coaches in 5 years or in 12 years, something like that, since they fired Lovey. First, Lovey won 10 games and got fired, by the way. Anyway, that was 2012. What we did in Detroit was amazing, right? And then they've hired guys that have been coordinators, but not like the level that Ben Johnson is. He was the hot commodity when he finally hit the market last year. He's changed the whole culture. Caleb's gone this direction, and I think he's just going to keep going that direction as well. They still got some pieces to put in place, but he's done a great job with the culture and getting these guys ready to play.
What do you think about his mentality? The Packers, I hate
love
them.
It, man. I love it.
Snubs
Our
the
fans love it,
handshake.
man. Our fans love that. Lovey's thing was number one goal is to beat the Packers, and Ben takes another step a little further after the Packers. But when you do it, they beat them 2 out of 3 games this year. Our fans are ecstatic about it. I know the Packers fans are a little hurt because the handshake at the end of the game wasn't to their standards. Yeah, I mean they've been beating the Bears for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And now they're a little whiny after they get beat 2 in a row. Should have played better.
Yeah.
Got beat. Yeah.
21-3 comeback. What was that? I mean,
well, and then the regular season game, they're up 16-6 with like 2.5 minutes to go in the game. The Bears had to score, get the onside kick the field goal, and then throw a touchdown. Everything had to go right, and they did it all.
Yeah, obviously it's a team effort, but it seems like Caleb has that X factor that you need.
Yeah. I feel like he starts playing his best ball when they get down by 10 or more. I don't understand. Not necessarily a great thing, but his athletic ability, he throws the ball great, don't get me wrong, but he gets out of situations that no one else could do in the NFL. Now, Lamar's great, but Caleb's side-to-side movement and he's like a cat back there, man. He does some crazy things, and he's got a cannon.
Yeah.
He makes all the throws. It's amazing.
Yeah, cardiac Caleb.
Yeah, they call him Iceman.
Iceman.
In Chicago. I love it, yep. He's a stud.
Yeah, he's better off platform than he is from the pocket. It's unbelievable.
He makes things happen, man. When the play breaks down, that's when he's at his best, like you said. But it's fun to watch. He's on his second year in the league. He's going to get better and better.
Yeah, one thing I want to ask you, you guys were fortunate enough to have some great Chicago teams. We spoke about the Super Bowl appearance. How many Super Bowls would you have won if Caleb Williams was your quarterback?
That's hard to answer. I mean, our defense is really good. I had some good quarterbacks as well. Rex was the man. We had Kyle Orton right after Rex. And we had Jay for a couple years there. We got to NFC Championship with Jay in 2010, and that's as close as we got after we lost Rex. I would like to think at least one. I mean, but our defense is. But our money was spent on defense when I played.
Yeah.
So we should have been really good, right? That's the way it was back in the day. You pick a side of the ball. We had defensive head coach, so we spent our money on defense. We should have been good on defense, and we were. But, man, I would have really liked to play with Caleb. I think we would have done some really good things with our defense and him at quarterback.
And the greatest special teamer of all time.
Devin. Right? Devin's good for 6 to 8 touchdowns a year, returns. Or The thing, and with the return game the way it is now, with that weird kickoff, Devin would have crushed it because
Oh my
he
God.
got more opportunities.
What
right?
would his value be today?
Oh my gosh! I mean, they kick out of bounds. You're looking at a 40-yard start, at least 40 every time they kick off to you.
Yeah, you're looking at a return specialist who's like getting a first-round pick like in return if you want to trade him. Like that's unheard
and
of.
it's worth it.
Yeah,
And
worth it,
I can
for
tell
sure.
you from firsthand watching this dude, he changed field position for you every single game. The teams were they punted out of bounds. On kickoff, they try to find a way to get away from him because when we kicked it to him, he scored.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
How happy were you when he got into the Hall of Fame? How incredible was
He
that?
deserved it. You know, it's hard. Everyone says specialist, whatever. He was the best at his position of all time. There's no one even close to Devin for return in the return game. Well, there may be now with the way the return game has changed, but the way he did things, and you know, his rookie year, I think he had 7 returns for touchdowns. Just you'll never see anyone who did it the way he did it. Great guy, good teammate, made a lot of good times there in Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was happy for him. He earned it. You know, I think he got on his 3rd try. You know, it might be a little mad he didn't get on his first try, but they're weird about specialists. That's just the way it goes.
They're weird about first try. I mean,
They're weird about
DeMarcus Ware
everything.
didn't get it first try. I was like, huh?
Dwight Freeney didn't go on his first try.
Yeah, they're a bit much.
Jared Allen was a 2nd or 3rd ballot Hall of Famer. I just don't understand.
Oh, Antonio Gates. We had him on the show.
Did he go on his first try?
No, second try.
And this year, Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees will probably get in his first try, but Larry Fitzgerald should be a no doubt first ballot. Terrell Owens, 3rd ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, well,
It's immediate.
that's only off field.
Well, that's
right.
But you're voting on what they did on the field.
Yeah,
right?
of
From what I
course.
I can gather, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He was in my class. He was not happy.
Yeah, I don't think Antonio Brown's gonna get in.
You don't think so?
I don't think they're gonna let him in.
Yeah. Well, I think now all the stuff going on,
Yeah.
I don't think they will either. But I don't know if his numbers. I don't know what his numbers are.
Like,
but
I think he's like top 10 and like the.
is he?
Yeah,
I mean, there was
monster numbers.
a couple of years there. He was probably the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, like almost 2,000 yards. Yeah.
In one season?
Yeah, like
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
he was
Yeah.
a
All right, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, the off the field stuff, which shouldn't matter.
he's
But it does.
done. Yeah, it is what it is. Speaking of the Steelers, Coach Tomlin decided to step away
Yes.
from the Pittsburgh Steelers. What was your thoughts on that?
I have a ton of respect for Coach Tomlin and that franchise. I mean, you look at, they've had 3 head coaches in, 55, 60 years?
Yeah.
No one other franchise can say that. They do things the right way. Coach Tomlin does things the right way. But I think Coach Tomlin's looking ahead. You look at what they got coming back, and what quarterback is not sure. Their defense is getting a little older, so I think he might have saw what was coming in the future and thought it was a good time. But I have a ton of respect for him. He's a winner. The guy just wins every year.
What were your thoughts on all the Steelers fans who were calling for his head constantly over these years?
I don't get it. I think when you get spoiled as a fan base, as you just get used to winning, and when you don't win, the head coach is the reason, right? That's the reason they want. He's the easiest guy to pick a target at, but. I don't get it. Their fan base is spoiled. I get it. They're used to winning every single year, and then you don't do what you think you're going to do. And you want to get mad at somebody.
Yeah. What do you think about the move to acquire Aaron Rodgers and try to go in with him?
I love it. You kind of put all your eggs in one basket with Aaron because you don't know. Is he 2 years removed from the Achilles, so he's probably going to be quite a bit better. I thought he played great this year. Their defense was down. They had some injuries, but everyone has injuries. They got banged up a little bit. Didn't play the way they wanted to, but I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan. I thought he played great this year. I just love how he doesn't give people think and he says what he wants to. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, just how great was Aaron Rodgers in his prime?
He was going to know exactly what we were doing every single play. He was tough. His record versus us was pretty damn good. It was annoyingly really good. And they beat us in the 2010 NFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl. They ended up beating Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. But he is my number. Like, if I had to pick a guy for my quarterback, it'd be him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, ability-wise and the way he played, from his teammate perspective, all the guys I talked to who play with him, they love him.
I'm a Cowboys fan. So are you.
So I grew up with Cowboys, yeah. So that's my team.
Tortured us.
Man, it's so frustrating. And I love Dak. I love it's just so, every year I'm like, this is it, man. Every year. And we just bet every year. And this year was definitely our year.
Definitely.
Until it wasn't. Even when we were like 6-6, I was like, we're gonna win the division. Philly's falling apart, we're doing good, and then we just don't play good. It's frustrating. Pickens is great. He'll be gone. CD's back, but they can only pay. Dak's making $60 million a year. It's going to be hard to pay other guys on the team. I get it. That's just the way it goes when you have a great quarterback like Dak.
Talk to me about your son, who's currently at USC.
Yeah, so he's committed to Notre Dame. Went to Notre Dame his freshman year. They went all the way to the national championship. Didn't win it, obviously, but and then the portal, rolled around, and he's transferring to USC. And he's started the last 4 games of the year last year, and he got 2 more years left. He likes it. The weather's significantly better in California than it is in South Bend, so we like that. It's easier for us to get to the games. Two great schools, obviously. Notre Dame's great, USC's great, so it really couldn't go wrong there.
How would you describe him as a ball player?
Physical. He likes contact. He plays free safety. Whatever he hits, for the most part, goes backwards, and he is not scared to put his helmet in your chest. So I like watching him play, man. Obviously, he's my son. I have a little bias, but he gets to the football, and when he gets to the football, he punches the guy with the ball.
Well, he's playing for USC. He's got to be pretty damn good, whether there's bias or not.
Yeah, well, I was proud he got into Notre Dame. How about that? That's a pretty hard school to get into, so I was proud that he got in there. And then, like I said, two great traditions of football at both schools.
Yeah, absolutely. The NFL playoffs, this is as tight of a race as I can remember. There's no clear-cut favorite, really. I mean, Seattle's been incredible, but the first game on the docket, the Bills are going at Denver.
I know.
What do you think about this matchup?
I love Josh Allen. I'm a huge by the way, the injury bug has just crushed the Bills this year, and they still find a way to get there. They didn't win the division this year, but they're in the playoffs. It's hard for me to bet against them. I think I'm a huge Sean Payton fan as well, and what they've done this year has been great, but it's hard for me to bet against Josh Allen.
I've been defending Josh Allen forever. I mean, the people that were blaming him for those playoff losses,
they put up 35 points and lose.
What else could he have done?
I
mean, going into this, he had the highest touchdown interception ratio in the history of the playoffs for any quarterback. I mean, you look at his QBR, his passer rating, what he does rushing the ball. What more could he have done in any of those games?
Well, the quarterback gets all the glory and they get all the blame, right?
Yeah.
Or the head coach. You know how that goes. I don't know why you have to defend him. I think he's unbelievable. I mean, if he's another guy, by the way, who I would love to play along as my quarterback. How many rings would we won with him with our quarterback? We might have been really good. Yeah, at least 3.
Right?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. You would think. I don't know. You never know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I picked them to win the AFC, before last week's up, just because of him.
Yeah, I agree. He's awesome.
How incredible was he against Jacksonville?
I mean, he has to will them to victory every week, pretty much. If they're going to have a chance to win the game, he's going to have to play great because their defense is really banged up. They're getting some guys back, but they've just been banged up all season long.
How do you think that they match up with Denver's defense? Obviously, a vaunted defense, and you got to go to the altitude. How tough is that as well?
Altitude sucks. I'll tell you that much. We played in Denver in December, my 4th or 5th year. It's different. You get it in your chest. The first quarter is a little different. It's week 20, so it shouldn't matter. They're all in shape. Then everyone's banged up. They're a little more rested than the Bills are, obviously, but I don't think there's a bad matchup for Josh Allen. I know their defense is really good, but there's no bad matchup for Josh.
You think there's going to be any rust? You had the first seed at one point. You guys won against Seattle, went to overtime.
And we lost my second year. We actually lost 2. We had 2 byes in 2001, 2005. We lost the first game after our bye at home. So it is different, because you're kind of getting on a roll there late in the season. You're playing good football. I think Denver won 8, 9, 10 games in a row there for a while.
Yeah.
So then you get that break. You always want the break because you want to get your guys rested up and get healthy. But it could take a while to get going. But Sean Payton's been there before. He knows how to coach those guys. He knows how to get them ready to play.
Yeah, I mean, how incredible was that acquisition to get Sean Payton?
Unreal. I love Sean. He's a great coach. He's a player's coach. He's fiery. Knows his offense. I mean, Bo Nix, who knew he'd be that good, right? First-round pick, playing the way he did
That's his guy.
last year.
I mean, he went and got him. This is my guy.
Yeah, I mean, and he's played great. He's gotten better and better. Both seasons he's done well. They were playoffs last year as well. They were.
They limped their way in there.
2 for 2 with Bo.
Yeah, unbelievable. Sean Payton. Wow.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer.
He's a really good, great coach.
Yeah. 49ers, Seahawks. Seahawks been the talk of the town. I mean, they get that 1 seed. You got to go into Seattle, the loudest stadium ever. How loud is that place?
It's loud. I mean, I don't remember it being like when I played it was before they really got hyper with that 12-man stuff. But now it's just the false starts they create and that defense. I mean, you saw them was it at San Fran the last game of the year when they played for the division?
Yeah,
there?
And they gave up 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 13 guys at the football. I feel like they have 2 extra guys on defense, but they're gonna be tough to beat at home. Shanahan, Purdy, who knows? And division games are weird, man. Like that division is the hardest division to bet, if you ask me.
No, it
During the
absolutely
regular season,
is.
I don't touch that division.
Yeah, well, playoffs it might be even tougher.
Well, it's got to be tough, right? I mean,
they're all scrappy.
They are. Every game is a field goal. I feel like it's either a field goal or it's a blowout in that division. And unless it's Arizona, they're a little different. They're a little different. They're not as hard to pick.
No, they're a little easier to handicap.
They're a little easier to handicap. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I picked Seattle. I said you got to go out there and you got to bet on this team. They're 30-1 to win the Super Bowl. They were like, I don't know, 13th and
They were
Yep.
starting the playoffs. No.
No. Week 3.
Oh, you took them early?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my gosh, that's a great bet.
Yeah.
That's a really live.
Yeah, I'm
bet
looking
right
at
there.
Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Devon Witherspoon. I'm like, this defense is incredible. Mike
Unbelievable.
McDonald. I mean,
Yeah.
they're tough.
And they run the ball. Kenneth Walker's a good running back, Charbonnet, and then Sam. Sam played great again this year.
14-3 twice. What more can you say?
I know, man. Just gotta get. I want him to get a playoff win, so people will shut their mouths.
Yeah.
I like Sam. He's a great guy. I met him a couple times these golf tournaments, so I just need him to win, so everyone will shut their mouths.
What do you think about Mike McDonald and what he's brought to that team?
That guy's awesome. Well, look
Yeah.
at their defense.
Yeah.
I think their defense took the jump right away, and like the culture. Everyone talks about culture. That's a big deal. Like Ben Johnson did in Chicago. I think they've created the same thing in Seattle. And that fan base is just nuts.
Yeah.
That stadium.
And they caused an earthquake once.
Yeah. I mean, the 12-man flag gets going up there. They're tough.
Yeah, I've got Seattle as well. I think they take care of business.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Brock Purdy. I like Shanahan. He puts those. I mean, they got nothing left. I mean, Kittle gets hurt last week. He's throwing to nobody. Not nobody. I don't mean that, but the receivers are down and their defense is really banged up.
No, the receivers. I mean, they do step up in big moments. Some of those
They do.
guys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even if we don't know their name, but
I feel like Juszczyk's probably their best weapon now. And now
Probably.
with George out, they've been banged up, man. Stinks.
yeah. Shout out to Juszczyk, another All-Pro selection.
Juszczyk, well, he's only fullback in the NFL.
Yeah, he is,
he's
yeah.
only fullback.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
awesome. Man, I don't even know if he's a fullback. He's like a receiver, a fullback, a tailback. He does it all.
Yeah,
Tight
he's
end
been the
sometimes.
best fullback forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
the
they cut him.
easiest lock for the All-Decade
Was it this
team.
year they cut him or last year?
Last
and they brought him
year,
right
yeah.
back. They cut him and brought him right back, thank goodness. But yeah, that dude's a stud.
Awesome. Texans, Patriots.
Yeah.
This is an interesting matchup.
That defense for Texans is good. What
Yeah,
they did
the league's best.
to Pittsburgh last year, they're going into New England. Something about playing in New England in the playoffs is different, and Vrabel going to have those guys ready to play as well. Drake May's a stud too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their defense looked incredible against the Chargers. They were
They
causing
got
all
6
sorts of
points.
havoc.
Yeah, they were. I mean, poor Herbert was getting hit every single play. Stroud had me a little nervous last week the way he played. I wasn't expecting him to play like that. 3 turnovers early on. Still, they ended up winning the game, but he didn't play as well, I think, as he would have liked. The turnovers are going to get you in the playoffs.
And we take away his #1 receiver now. Nico's going to be out.
Is he out?
Yeah.
Was it a
Full-on concussion,
Oh,
yeah.
that stinks. I did not know that. Yeah, I definitely like the Patriots in that game then with that.
Yeah.
I know the Texas defense is good, but they're going to find ways to move the ball on them.
Yeah, and the Patriots had like weird success against great defenses this year. They played against the Browns, probably the second best defense.
Yeah.
They put up like
McDaniels.
420 yards of offense. Like,
Yeah. McDaniels is a stud. I know Vrabel's an awesome head coach, but is it Josh McDaniels?
Yeah.
That dude knows how to score points, and they will game plan the out of you and find a way to move the ball on you and score on you.
yeah, he's a genius offensive coordinator.
Yes, OC. For
Yeah.
Sure.
And they go out, they get Travion Henderson in the second.
Oh, that guy, he's so fast. He's so fast, man. Drake May's playing great. They got Diggs is there now. They just find guys and plug them in there. Patriot way. Here we go again.
Yeah, Vrabel had such a similar impact to Ben Johnson in Chicago. I mean, we flipped the conferences, but they both just
What
shot
were
of
the Patriots
adrenaline.
last year? 4
Yeah.
or 5 win team.
Yeah,
and they
4 or
won
5 win
30
team, yeah. And they start. You got to remember, week 1 they lose to the Raiders.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't. That seems
The
like forever ago.
the over under in wins
Oh,
was like
my.
5.5. I mean,
Wow.
we're like they're dead in the water. They lost to the Raiders.
And then they just go off.
Yeah.
Who thinks MVP, by the way?
MVP, I got Matthew Stafford.
I agree with you. But
Okay.
they said Drake May's in the conversation. I think Matt's the MVP. Just to do.
46
guys,
touchdowns, 8 picks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't look at numbers like you do. That's unbelievable. That's freaking incredible. Yeah, he's MVP, no doubt.
What did you think about DK Metcalf and the guy in the stands?
I think it was overblown. I don't think he's a guy. So if you watch the whole video, all you saw was him going like this. That's all. First thing I saw. And if you watch the whole video, he reached up and grabbed his hair, and he like pulled it. And
Yeah, all he
threw
did
it
was he
back.
just grabbed him.
Shouldn't have done it in the first place. I get it, but I don't think it was egregious as the media made it out to be. Because all you saw was the
They
punch.
voided all of his guaranteed money.
I think the Steelers said they weren't going to do
Yeah,
that.
the Steelers, luckily, they're a class
I
franchise.
guess they're a great organization.
Yeah.
They don't do that to their players, but you can't interact with the fans. I know they do some. They say stupid things. I've seen it firsthand, but you just can't. You can't do that with them.
Would you even have a Twitter or an Instagram today if you were playing? I mean, this
I don't think there's any benefit. I mean, I think it'd be hard not to because I like interacting with people, like good, bad, whatever. I like to stand my ground sometimes. So yeah, I think I would have a good time with it, but I wouldn't let it bother me. I wouldn't read the comments. How about that?
Yeah, what about Lil Wayne's tweets to Caleb Williams?
I
Did
saw
you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. One of the things I follow. It's good. Yeah, he apologized for it.
You apologize.
Hey, if your team gets beat like that, I guess you're entitled to
Salty,
your opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, get a little
I
mad. I
think
told
the-
you, the Green Bay fans, man, they don't like getting beat by the Bears.
The more
They're not used to
Lil,
it.
the more Lil Wayne type fans think better for the sport.
Yeah,
Bring
you
that
get-
back.
Yeah, I agree. Get the big celebrities back involved again in the game. It's good.
That's the energy we need. And he's like a real diehard hardcore fan.
Why? He's
Lil
from New
Wayne?
Orleans, right?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe likes the colors. I don't know.
No, that
He has
makes
that
sense.
song, Green and Yellow.
Black and Yellow.
No, he made a remix.
Oh, I
Green
didn't
and
hear
Yellow.
that one. Sorry. I'm not current. Sorry about that.
Remember
I
they
thought the other one
beat
was
the
Black and-
Steelers that year. He made Green and Yellow.
I remember because we were the team that the Packers beat to go to that game.
Yeah.
I remember
you
that.
guys were great that year.
Not good enough.
That should have been your year.
Thanks. Yeah.
Did you feel that way?
I mean, gosh, we had Julius Peppers, Charles Lance, Jay. Who was our? I'm trying to think. Yeah, Greg. We had some dudes, man. I feel like we should have. Jay got hurt in the second quarter in that game. That's not why we lost, but it didn't help that we didn't have our starting quarterback. For the second half of it.
Forte. Jeez.
Yeah, he was good for a couple games there, but yeah, we just didn't. We didn't play well enough.
The final game, the big game, the one that we have to talk about.
Yep.
Rams at Chicago.
Yes.
Break this game down for me, Brian.
Going to be cold. I'll tell you that much. God, I'm glad we got it at home. The Rams, they can score in bunches. Like you said, 46 touchdowns for Matt. But it's going to be cold. I know I've seen some numbers about Matt playing in cold weather that aren't very good for them, but those are the past. Two great head coaches. We'll see, man. I'm a Bears guy, so I'm going to lean towards the Bears, especially with getting 4 points. If we're betting purposes, the Bears are getting 4, so I like that.
They are getting 4.
It's going to be hard to beat them at Soldier Field, though. Those fans are. I've never seen it the way it was last week. I've never seen that stadium like that before. So I'm sure it's going to be even crazier this week.
Talk to me about how this Bears defense matches up with the Rams offense.
Outside secondary, we're good. We're loaded in the secondary. We're going to have to get pressure up front. Puka Nacua is a monster. They run the ball good. They protect Matt. The ball's gone fast. Sean McVay gets guys open. They're a pain in the ass. They're a pain in the ass for a defense. But we lost T.J. Edwards last week too. T.J. got hurt there in the first quarter or second quarter. So we're banged up, but everyone's banged up this time of year. So just got to next man up and go in there and make some plays. Dennis Allen has done a good job this year with our defense. He puts them in good positions to make plays. But if you blitz Matt, he will make you pay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Puka's unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
I don't know how he does it. He catches everything. Did you see the catch he made that was out of bounds?
Yeah, that was one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Or whatever game it was.
It was at the very last game of the season.
The catch that was out of bounds, but he caught. The ball was in limbo for.
No, I think it was against the Falcons.
Falcons, yeah.
Yeah.
They lost that game. But yeah, he's a badass.
And then the opposite side, they go out and get Devontae Adams. He had 14
I forgot
touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he missed the last 3 games.
He's good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how healthy. I don't think he's fully healthy after pulling a hamstring myself. It's hard to come back after 2 or 3 weeks and be full speed, especially at receiver.
Yeah,
But
in
he's
the
still
cold,
awesome.
right? A little tougher.
It's just your legs just feel like they're not moving in the cold, and they're all going to have to deal with it. It's supposed to be 8 degrees or something like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No one's really talking about the climate. That has to be a big factor. There's no way not to mention it.
I don't know how. I didn't like going and playing in Chicago all season long. I didn't like going playing in Florida in November and December because it was hot as hell.
Yeah.
And then I know they didn't like coming to Chicago in November and December because it was cold. So it's a dynamic there. You can't just get used to it in a quarter. You're not going to be. It's a process to get used to the whole game, and you're not ever going to be comfortable. It sucks.
Matthew Stafford, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes, no doubt.
No doubt.
Especially after he gets the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Has he won it before?
No.
He has
This will be his first MVP.
Wow. How many years is this for him? Like 16, 17?
Yeah, a lot. He was
We played
drafted in
against-
09.
Yeah, we played against. So I played against him 3 or 4 years there in Detroit. He was good. Just didn't have much around him there in Detroit.
Yeah, that's the story. A lot of these quarterbacks when they're in the wrong situation.
I know. Who's Sam? How about
Sam?
Sam going
Baker?
to Minnesota. Baker, I love Baker, by the way. What a beast.
What a dog.
Oh man, I love that dude. One of my favorite quarterbacks. That dude just plays hard
Yeah.
every game. Love it.
What's the storybook on Stafford's career if he doesn't get to the Rams? He stays in Detroit the whole time.
Well, Detroit got good. So Dan comes in. So he maybe would have got Dan.
Oh, man.
Jared
If he had
Goff-
Dan Campbell, he would have won.
You never know.
Yeah.
It might have changed the little trajectory. I'm not saying the head coach for the reason he lost, but they got better players around him. Jared Goff played really good there the last few years, so who knows? You never know.
I think a rare win-win trade for both those teams.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, Goff probably didn't want to leave there to go to the situation in Detroit, but it's worked out for both guys. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and you got 2 of the league's best coaches in McVay and Campbell. And
Yeah, I love Dan Campbell too.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a dog.
He's a beast, man. He just tells you how it is, man. He goes to the mic, takes all the blame for everything. Anything that goes wrong, he takes the blame for it, like a good head coach should do. I got a lot of respect for that.
He's your type of guy.
He is my type of guy. Yeah, I could definitely play for Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
definitely
like I feel like I could. Yeah,
You could definitely fish with him. You could definitely play. Yeah.
Yeah, he tells you what he's thinking. I like
Yeah.
that. There's no in between with him. I appreciate that as a player.
Yeah. If you had to put money on one team to win the Super Bowl, who would you go with?
One team right now besides the Bears. How about can you just say besides the Bears?
Besides the Bears.
Besides the Bears and the Cowboys. We'll leave those we'll leave those two out. I'm gonna go based on quarterbacks, and it would be Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to, and I know he hasn't been to the big game yet, but it's hard for me to bet against him.
Yeah.
And they won't have to. If they play Seattle, it won't be in Seattle. It'll be in the Super Bowl. So it'll be at San Fran. It'll be out of that stadium, neutral field. But Josh is a badass.
He is.
Yeah. What about you? Who's your pick?
My pick.
Can you pick now, or do you have to wait?
No, I picked. I
Okay.
picked before the playoffs. I picked Rams Bills.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if the Bears don't make it, I'm going Seattle Bills as my pick because of Josh.
Dude, at Seattle's gonna be so tough.
It is going to be hard to beat them there. Yeah.
I picked the Rams preseason. They were like 10th in odds behind the Commanders even. So I'm just sticking with them.
I got you. How about the Redskins this year? They had a tough season.
Tough season.
Tough year. I mean, well, Jaden got hurt. It is tough season. I didn't see them taking that step back.
Tough season.
I thought they
Kingsbury's
were keep going
gone.
this direction. He is?
Yep.
Where'd he go?
He hasn't gone anywhere yet. They
He's just a
mutually
free
agreed to
agent?
part ways. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's not good. I like him.
Yeah.
Basically, I like everybody, as you can tell.
Yeah. You're very positive.
I like that guy. Yeah.
We
If
got
I don't like him, I just don't say anything.
reverse Skip Bayless here. Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't like him, I just don't talk about him. Easier that
Good.
way.
Yeah. If
Yes.
you don't have anything nice, they don't say it at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they fired the defensive coordinator as well. They had a rough season defensively, obviously.
Yeah, it's always the coordinator's fault, right? When they fire
Yeah.
those guys, not the head coach, not the players ever. It's never the players' fault. You got to get rid of all these coaches. It's their fault. Yes, it's always the coach's fault.
As a player, you have that opinion.
Yes. Well, we know when we can play better. You know, it's we're making more money. I get it. So you want to keep the players and trade out the coaches because it's their fault.
Yeah, and you know when the guys aren't putting in the work that they're supposed to. And
Not the work. I know when they're not playing. You can see when guys aren't playing to their ability. And the coaches see it as well. So you got to get them to play their ability.
do you attribute that to more like off-field stuff, maybe not a film study?
No, I mean, sometimes I'll say this. There's a lot of guys hurt that you don't know that are hurt. I'll say that. And as players, we know, especially as teammates of the guys that are hurt, you know who's hurt and who's playing through injuries. And most of the guys are this late in the season. They're all hurt. It's just
That's a great point.
You played 17, 18 games, you're going to get beat up. So the media doesn't know that. The coaches don't. The players won't talk about it. But pretty much everyone's hurt this time of year, unless you're a kicker or a holder.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you see guys posting from the surgery room, and it's like cleanup surgeries, but guys are like, I didn't even know you were hurt.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they're all hurt.
Everyone's hurt. Like, usually after week 1 or 2, everyone's banged up, and then you're just trying to stay healthy the rest of the season. Do what you can to get as healthy as you. Bye weeks are huge. I didn't realize how big they were until probably 4th, 5th, 6th year of my career. I couldn't wait for the bye weeks. I would look at them on the schedules and see when they were.
Obviously, a great weekend of playoff football coming up. But the coaching world, we spoke about Tomlin. Let's go Harbaugh here.
Yeah.
That's big news. He goes to the
That's
Giants,
huge.
5 years, $100 million. The Giants fans are as excited as they've been since they probably won the Super Bowl last. I mean, they are ecstatic
Should
to bring
be.
that guy in the building.
I can't believe they fired him. I was pretty shocked about that. But, I mean, that's probably the best job. You look at the quarterback, I think Jackson Dart's pretty good. Their defense is young. Neighbors didn't even play this year. So you got him coming back next year. I think that's probably the best, when you look at the teams that were open, the teams that he interviewed, right? That was because they didn't interview him. He interviewed them. Like, that was probably the best situation to be in. Just New York's a tough place to coach football.
Yeah, it is.
But if anyone can do it, it's Harbaugh. I think he's a stud. Obviously, he's proven what he can do over the past few years.
And you're a defensive guy. I mean, they've got some studs on the defense.
They do. Thibodeau, Burns.
Yeah,
Burns is
Dexter
great.
Lawrence.
Oh, Dexter Lawrence. Yeah, they got some dudes. They got all those guys up front. They get a bunch of sacks.
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter, yeah. He got a little trouble this year, didn't he?
A little bit,
A little bit, yeah.
They made up some reports. It was.
Yeah, I don't know. Media said it, so I'm not sure if it's true or not.
Yeah, exactly.
If I hear it from the horse's mouth, I'll believe it.
Yeah, I think some of it probably fabricated.
Yes.
He did try to take LT's number, though. What did you think of that?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. That's a number, I think, around the whole NFL that's pretty sacred, 56. You don't want to try to bring that one out of retirement. Maybe get a few more sacks and you can talk about it.
Lawrence Taylor, is he the GOAT?
Defensively?
Yeah.
Him, Reggie White. I'm trying to think of. Those two stand out. Bruce Smith. 200-something sacks. If we don't play a long time. LT. I'm biased towards Dick Butkus because I played for the Bears. So
that's fair.
The meanest dude of all time on the football field he did and got away with would not be. He'd be in. Did it? He was mean. I love it. But he was every time I got a chance to meet him, I cherish those times because he said what he thought all the time. There was no holding back, no political correctness. Just he said what he thought all the time. I like that about him.
It's your type of guy.
Yeah, it's my type of guy. Just there's no in between. You know where you stand all the time with him.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of other coaching spots available. We got to mix and match them. I mean, if you're the Tennessee Titans, who would you go after?
Oh man, I don't know.
You got a young quarterback. You got a lot of cap space.
Yeah, I like their quarterback. They have a lot of cap space. They do.
Yeah, they have a lot.
They do. I don't know how all that stuff works. I don't know who I go after. I mean, I think depends on if you want a guy to work with a young quarterback, right? But they had a guy like that, right? Then they fired him.
Yeah, they did fire him.
Yeah, so I don't know.
What about Mike McCarthy? You went against him for a lot of years.
Coach McCarthy. Yeah, I didn't. Is he in the mix?
He is in the mix.
Well, I like that. That's what I hire. I like Mike McCarthy, and he coached for the Cowboys too.
Yeah.
Did a good job there. And at Green Bay, we played against him at Green Bay, but he's another old school kind of hard-nosed guy, and he works well with quarterbacks. You know, I think he had Brett and Aaron in Green Bay. They coach them both, so he knows some pretty good quarterbacks there.
He was awesome in Green Bay.
He was great. I know. I was surprised he left there as well.
Yeah, just how open like Jordy Nelson would get down the field. Like, what is Mike McCarthy doing?
That's what's it's been I'm about to call it USC. That's what I'm gonna go to Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
It was amazing as you're watching USC play how many times these dudes are wide open. Like, he gets these dudes. Yeah. Like there's no one within 20 yards. I'm like, how does these dudes get this wide open? And they're against good football teams. I think good coaches have a knack for doing that. They just get their guys open, and that's what they do.
Some of these other jobs, the Miami Dolphins. You got the weather. You got the.
Not a very.
But you have the team.
Not a very desirable job, in my opinion. Who's your quarterback? I mean, I got Ewers. I know that. I understand he played this season. I just chaos down there. I'm not sure that'd be a job. I mean, if you're getting a head coaching job, you don't care where you're coaching, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And you always think you can turn the place around. You have to have that mindset.
Yeah. What do you think about the decision to fire McDaniel a little bit early for you?
How long has he been there? 3, 4 years?
Yeah, made the playoffs a couple times.
I don't know, man.
Winning record.
I feel like they kind of quit early in the season. It was tough, and then they got hot there in the middle of the season. I didn't like benching Tua. I mean, I know he was struggling, but I mean, you paid him all this money. You might as well play him.
Yeah.
I mean, but then if you're not going to play him, he's not going to be a guy for the future. You want to see what you have in Ewers, right?
Yeah.
I get that. I see both sides, but I just don't. I mean, I feel like you're just saying we're giving up. We're gonna bench our guy we paid $250 million. So we're gonna bench him and see what we have and move on.
Yeah. The Cardinals. These are rough jobs. Some of them.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Kyler's gone.
Kyler's gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
I did not know that. Well, I don't know. That's not a very desirable job either. And I live in Arizona.
Yeah, these are rough jobs.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Jeez, you're bringing our kind of thing down here, bro. You're going the wrong direction.
Oh, what about the Ravens?
Oh yeah, that's a good job.
What a job that is.
You got Lamar. Anyone interview for that one? Anyone good there?
I think Minter as well. I mean.
Oh yeah, go back to
Yeah.
I like him. That's a great job. I mean, you have a.
How great is that job?
First team All-Pro quarterback, MVP guy right there.
That's where I'd want to
go. That's where I'd want to go too. Yeah. Defense is pretty good. Yeah, that's where I'd want to go. That's a very desirable job.
Yeah. Do you think they go with an offensive coach or a defensive coach?
Good question. Harbaugh. What was Harbaugh?
Special teams.
Special teams guy. Yeah.
Shout out to Harbs.
I don't know, man. I think maybe you go with. I don't know. I would go with offense, and then because their defense, I think it's fun to work with. When you have a head coach that marries up with the quarterback, I think it's a very successful chance to be successful.
I definitely want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles.
I thought you were looking over there, bro.
Philadelphia Eagles.
They didn't fire their coach.
All the blame goes to the offensive coordinator.
Just the OC.
His 1 year there, Kevin Batullo gets axed.
His fault.
Everybody blames him and only him.
Yeah.
All the players get alleviated of the blame. What are your thoughts on that situation?
I mean, it helps when guys who are throwing the ball catch it. When it hits them in the hands and they catch it, that definitely helps your situation. When you don't take sacks, when you don't turn the ball over, it helps. I mean, it's easy to blame one guy. Nobody wants to be that guy, but they definitely gave him all the blame. I don't think that was very deserved.
No.
But that's the business, right? I mean, they didn't want to. You can't fire Sirianni.
Of course not.
It's not his job. It's not his fault. But I'll tell you this: there's some situations in that football game versus San Fran that if certain guys make plays, if they catch the ball when they're supposed to, or maybe do a better job of their job, they win that game.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said.
No, I'm not gonna name names, but if they just do a little better job of doing their job,
a little
win.
bit. Yeah, a little
I
more.
bet them that game too. I didn't need them to win by 6. I just need them to win.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was my miss too. The weekend.
I just need them to win. That's it.
I hit the Bills, hit the Bears. I was on a great
Patriots?
roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was feeling good.
I had the Bears. There was another one I had too. Carolina. 10
Carolina.
points?
It was a lot. Home?
In a playoff game, 10 and a half
Yeah.
points?
At home?
That was like I don't know, they're giving money away that game. What was going on? That was and they beat them 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
Or a month before, whatever it was. Yeah, too easy.
There's a lot of scandals right now involving point shaving, gambling,
I
all that
saw,
sort of.
yeah.
Was that a thing while you were playing? Did you ever get propositioned?
No, I didn't understand the spread when I played. I didn't know what the plus or minus. I understand the totals, but I didn't understand. Who's the dog, who's the favorite. I had no idea. I didn't care. We never got approached, and it wouldn't matter if we did. The people that can affect the games the most are the refs. That's in my opinion. Well, the quarterbacks, the kickers, and the refs, in my opinion, are the ones that can affect the game the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the refs are kind of. If there was something weird happening, it would be the refs.
There are so many things that come out now that they show you reasons why certain plays are made or certain calls are made. Like you're watching a game. Like someone was favored by, I want to say 7.5 points, and they're up by 10. I want to say it was the Raiders and somebody else, and the clock's running down, and the game's pretty much over, and they throw a delay of game on the defense, and the team kicks a field goal to lose by 7. And the line was 7.5 or 8. I don't know. I want to say it was the Raiders and maybe the Seahawks. I don't know, but
It was Pete Carroll.
Pete
made the
Carroll
decision.
to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
But that's not his fault. I mean, you're thinking you get an onside kick, but the clock
Yeah,
is
yeah.
running out.
I just remember the interview.
The clock's running out either way. There's
Yeah.
no time on the clock, and you kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Why? Throw it in the end zone. I mean, there's some things, very questionable decisions. But why did the guy throw the flag anyway?
Yeah.
The game's over. I just don't. There's some things that you're like, what the hell?
I can't believe 8 head coaching jobs. And to me,
know,
the
man.
Pittsburgh and the Baltimore shocked me. We had Chris Carter on. He was like, I wasn't surprised where there's smoke, there's fire. We've been hearing about this for a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, Tomlin never loses. And I know they didn't go to the standards, and I know he stepped down, but I think it was a mutual split. The one that really shocked me was Baltimore. I mean, Harbaugh's the man, they were competitive. They had injuries this year. Their
189 and 124 win-loss record, most road
That's what it
playoff
was.
wins ever as a head coach. Yeah.
Super Bowl, obviously. Yeah, that one shocked me, but maybe it's kind of similar to Baltimore. You've been there so long, and you kind of get monotonous. People get used to hearing the same voice; they don't listen anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe your players get that way. I don't know.
Yeah. It's an exciting time, though.
It
Coaching
is,
carousel, NFL playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs are always fun. I love the playoffs. It's a
Well,
blast.
especially when the Bears are in it.
Well, yeah, this is very exciting. It's been a while since they've been in, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, you'll be there, right?
I'm not going to this game.
Oh, you're not going to this
No,
game?
man, I went last week and froze my butt off, and I tailgated for the first time ever at Soldier Field. The fans are phenomenal, man. I think I took 5,000 pictures before the game. But I'm going to watch it on my couch this Sunday.
Shout out to the Bears, but you're not going to get Brian Urlacher this weekend.
Not this weekend. I'm not going to be there. I'm sorry, guys. They did okay without me up to this point, so I think they'll be just fine.
He's supporting at home.
Yeah, I'm supporting. Don't worry. I'll be yelling at the TV from my couch.
Double coverage. Thank you for tuning in. The legend, the Hall of Famer, Brian Urlacher.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Just a sec.